Okay, in this video I am going to make a back cargo rack for my cheesy mountain bike. My wife and I have taken up bicycling to fill in holes for COVID, where we can't travel like we used to. We've done really by vehicle, we've done most of the Northeast. We started canoeing different waterways in the Northeast, and we've done quite a bit of that. Now we're working on cycling, about 15, maybe 20-mile trips max, usually more like 10 or 15, but we do need a cargo rack to carry one of the bikes, to carry water. We want to carry food, maybe throw a couple of cheesy saddlebags on there, carry a pump, extra tires, a little tiny toolkit, that sort of thing. And forgive my appearance, it's been rather hectic on me for the last month or so, and I'm not in the best of shape right now. So I'm doing this to kind of ease my mind a little bit. And I'm going to try and make this rack with as little cutting of anything as possible. And I'm also going to try and do it using scrap materials from something and not spending really too much money. And what I've chosen is, everybody recognizes this as a wind damaged sun shelter. I've made things out of these before, including, oh, that's a whole nother saga, out of the legs. And the legs are a really great thing to use. And I've made other things out of these, and what's nice about them is you have the hardware that comes with it, so you can do a really nice finished job, because you have through hardware, you have end caps, the end caps, you have the end caps permit you to tighten down on them without crushing the tube steel. This one is steel, and that's what I'm going to use. So the first thing I need to do is I need to find two cross pieces like this that are the same. This is going to probably be the biggest of the challenges. If I can get two of these that are the same, I'm in like Flynn. Okay, these are the end caps, and these are kind of important, so I'm saving any one of these I come across. And it's because these, let me show you what we're talking about here. See the hole through there? Even though this is steel and it's good and rigid because it's tube steel, these will prevent a through bolt from collapsing it when you tighten down on it. So you want to try and save these. Plus, they'll give you a nice finished end, make you a nice finished product. So try and find them. I found my two cross pieces. Now we're going to take a look at what I want to do. Okay, every bike that I've seen so far has these two little mounting holes right here. I'm not even sure what they're for, or if they're even for this, but what I found is my hardware fits through there. And if I take these crosses that are the same that I've got two that are exactly the same, okay, and they are, in fact, perfectly symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which way you do this. I'm going to go and try and put my rail on the out to make it a little bit wider. But if you put a bolt through there and you have your end cap on, what it looks like I can do, and this is what I'm going to attempt to do, is I can take and I can put, get a better angle to do this. There we go. I can put one on like this and bolt it on, and come back here on an angle like that for support, and then through that front hole I can put another one on and bolt it like that for support. And then at that point I will be able to put in cross pieces, cut this off and put a cap on it, of course, for a nice finish. But I will be able to, I guess it'll be something like that. I don't know, we're working on that yet. I might need one that's a little bit longer to make it fit better. So we'll see. Or a little bit shorter on this end. We'll see what we can find. And then all I'll have to do is find a way to mount it up here, if I can get the cross pieces of the square tube on. And then we're good to go. There are, like I said, there are 2 holes, and it looks like they're gonna, both pieces will fit. So let's see what else we can find, and see how it measures up and fits out. What kind of fitment we get. Alright, this is what I came up with. I used all the hardware that was with the thing. I used 2 bolts that I had around. I used a piece of strap steel. The only thing that I had to buy is that clamp right there. And that's to hook it to the frame up here so it doesn't move around. Now, I wouldn't ride somebody down the road on this, but for what I need it for, which is carrying a couple gallons of water and a little toolbox with a spare tire and a couple tools in it when we go on our excursions, I think it's more than fine. It's sturdy. And if you hold the frame, you can see it's moving on the tire. I left these a little bit long. I had to put these cross pieces in to keep, because I have bags for it, to keep them from getting caught in the spokes. And because my wife, when she saw this part, thought it looked like Pee Wee Herman's bike. I left these long just to pretty much irritate her. But let's take a closer look at it. I guess I could do this. This ought to be fun, right? Alright. I came through the holes here with some of the hardware. All the hardware that comes with this canopy thing have little nylocks on them. I put caps in the end. I had to grind a little edge off the caps here. Oh, that's better. Just to make sure that it fit proper. And with a little forethought and spacing, I had to drill as few holes as possible. In fact, the only holes that I had to drill were through this member here to put this centerpiece in, and through here and here to get this on here. And I had to do that on both sides. So I used all of their hardware. It helps keep things from collapsing. It distributes the load. It's got nylocks. I used it up here. What I did was I built these 2 frames, and then I just put this board in, and I had to drill holes here, here, and here. And I put, because this is 6 inches wide, I put 3-inch screws on each side to help keep it from cracking. There's a piece of flat steel that runs underneath it with 2 bolts on it, through it, and the wood. And it's bent right here and held on with this clamp. And that's just to hold it to the frame so it doesn't wobble. And I think it's pretty, I might even consider giving somebody a ride on that. I don't think it would be the best judgment in the world, but, you know, a few beers, you probably get away with it for a short distance anyway. But it is nice and light duty. I see I forgot 1 cap, and I do believe I have those right here. So let's put one in. See, I saved all the hardware, so I had stuff for this. And voila. There you go. Everything's got caps in it. And so that there's no coring metal. God forbid you fell on any of this stuff. And these caps, I don't know if you saw that before it went in. The caps that go in the end they go in deep and they have holes in them, so when you clamp on the end of one of these, you don't crush it. You can put a lot of pressure on it if you have a cap in there, and it's solid, and that maintains the integrity of the tube steel. So anyway, we'll back this up a little bit, and I have an old toolbox. I'll probably just screw right on here, a little toolbox. I could keep a couple spare tires, one for my bike, one for my wife's, and a couple spare tubes and tools to change, change tires, tighten this up, tighten that up, adjust anything, your brakes need adjusting, whatever on the road. Not too much weight. But this is the big saver. We have these bread bags we got up in Massachusetts at Marine Supply, Mariner Supply on Cape Cod, and they were like $4 a piece, I think, when we got them. They're super heavy duty. and we use them a lot for hiking. They fit 2 half-gallon cooler jugs, and they're like waterproof, but they're really rugged canvas. And we do like to take them with us to carry stuff. But now, with a couple of carabiners, I can throw one on each side, and I got saddlebags. And I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's the build, and I'm going to stretch these out a little bit. We'll tie them together and throw them on and get a feel for the saddlebags. So, you know, this is just like a concept thing, a video. This is not how to do it. Every bike is going to be different. This is just how I did it. The materials are really the key here, and I tell you, the things I've made out of those that are extremely useful, I can't even begin to tell you. So you see them on the side of the road. Just grab one or two of them, part them out and throw them in your shed. Keep all the hardware, and you'll be much happier, I think, with some of the things you can make with that than having to buy materials if you need to build something. So yeah, there you go. Kind of like that for the saddlebags. And look like a mailman for some reason. Yeah, those are French military bread bags. They're from World War II, I believe. The one might even be from World War I. The canvas is extremely old. You can tell how old the canvas is. I have a couple of World War II backpacks too, and a couple of pairs of World War I boots that still work pretty nicely. They've been kept pretty well, so the stuff does hold up, the old military stuff. Anyway, that's it. That's the build. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to name it the Pablo Lucas, after my friend who makes fun of me for making this kind of stuff. Alright, that's that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.